Here we go. We're back, for fuck's sake. I'm here with my friend, Dr. B, Wendy. She is a performance psychology consultant. She is an executive coach, a keynote speaker, and is contracted with businesses to develop workshops and programs for employee success. And prior to being this consultant, she served as the director of mental performance and health for the Chicago Bulls. For 9 years, she was taking care of the NBA players. And I got to know Wendy through an online parents group. And we all kind of got together, and it just spider webs across the planet, actually. There's maybe 100 of us ish.
Yeah.
And we shared lots of stuff about parenting and professional women who are aging and all of the stark, honest ugliness that is involved with that. And I fell in love with Wendy. And then when I met her for the very first time, I humped her leg.
I so forgot about that.
And I didn't even ask consent either. Like, I just went up.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I am not proud of that moment. I'm not. It was pretty funny, though. I might have had a couple drinks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. So Wendy, how did you join that group?
So I joined it through our mutual friend, Dara. And I actually think that I was trying to remember when I joined it. I was living in San Diego, so it means I was still working for the Olympics. I think when I joined, or maybe it was in between the Olympics and the Bulls. I'm trying to remember, but I know I was living in San Diego when I joined.
Okay.
That's when I met her. So it's funny. I sent her a text message. It was some text message about women and putting their crown on, and she immediately sent it to the group, and then added me. I was like, "Wait, what are you adding me to? What's happening? What is this group?" She was like, "Oh." And so it was just so funny because I had no idea what it was. But she was like, "No, this is it." So that's how I indoctrinated into the group.
Yeah. So I am childhood friends with one of the founders, and we've known each other since we were running around without shirts on. I think our moms, one of her moms and my parents were in the school district together. And then I think one of her moms and my mom were on a softball team together. So we were always in the bleachers or playing in the patch of grass while our moms were at practice or whatever. And we've just kept in touch over the years. And then the year that I was in fellowship and living in the Bay Area, she was in the Bay Area. And we ended up spending quite a bit of time together then. And she had been married a couple years, but neither one of us had kids. It was like pre-children.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that group was started, she messaged me and she was like, "Am I crazy? Like, is this weird? Is this too weird? Is this something?" I was like, "You will let me in right now. This is not weird. You will do this. Everyone needs you to do this. And you need to let me in right now." So I was like one of the founding 12 members or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, hilarious. That thing has saved lives, has saved marriages, has saved children.
It just makes you smile. I mean, it just makes you smile. I mean, I literally remember, and I've told the story to so many people because I think it's just indicative of just women and being a mom and having a career and just all the things that you got to do. And then when you need that moment, you don't really get that moment. And I just remember someone talking about how she wanted a candy bar and wanted to eat it and didn't want to share with her child. So she went to the car wash. So the car wash distracted the child so she could have that 2 minutes to enjoy that freaking candy bar and didn't have to give it. I was just like, that right there is real life. I just remember that's it. We just have a couple minutes and I don't want to give up my damn candy bar. I need it.
That's right. I am not ready for, I need this for me now. For me. I don't need to take care of you. Yes. I don't care what you want.
I just loved it. I was like, that's literally, again, that's life. That was it. So
Yeah, and then somebody mentioning that like their kid, just quipped off or was snarky or something like that. And the kid went to go to their room and they were like this behind their head. And I was like, oh my God, so many times. But you got to get that out. Like, this is impossible what we're doing right now.
It is. It's so hard. It is. It's crazy.
It is impossible. Like, to be, especially older moms, I feel like less energy, your professional pressures are so much higher than when you're in your 20s. Like, it's never easy. I'm not taking anything away from the younger people, but yeah, we just don't have the energy, and the career stuff is like top notch. If you are partnered, you got a lot of baggage and stuff going on. But you're not partnered, and you have 2 kids. Like, how did that? Did the stork accidentally just drop an extra butt? Like, what happened?
It just kind of went over my house. I was like, oh, this is a great house. And then, poof, there I get 2 cutie patooties. No, I am not partnered yet. So I know that's a whole nother thing.
Ooh.
I know I'm ready to start dating. So that's a good thing, right? So I'm looking for some good men, or a good man, maybe a good man. One. I don't even, we'll see. But no, it's funny because I never thought I was going to be Dr. Anybody. I never thought that I was ambitious. I never had like a career drive. My goal was to be married with children. Like, that was my goal. Because I played basketball, and once I hurt my ankle and could no longer play, I was like, oh, I want to be married with children. Like, I had like this vision, like me, like the mom, like waking everybody up and making them breakfast and sending my husband to work and sending the kids to school. And then I don't know what I did after that, but that was like my dream.
Oh, sweet.
I thought that, that's it. I mean, that's what I wanted to be, was married with children. And God was like, I don't need you to be married with children. I need you to do this. And so he sent me on a path to school and career. And I literally remember the day. It's so crazy because it was October 11th, 2011. And I had went to the doctor because I'd had numerous fibroids, and I'd had numerous surgeries. And I think at that point I'd had probably like 3 surgeries to remove the fibroids. And I was having pain in my back, and went to the doctor. It says, living in San Diego. I was working for the Olympics. I was flying all over the world. I mean, I had like this great, amazing career, working with Olympians and seeing the world. It was just like, it was awesome. I was doing my thing, right? And October 11th went to the doctor, and he said, so the fibroids had, now they were growing on my on my uterus. And I had 2. And so he said that, obviously going to remove them. He said, if I ever wanted to have my own biological children, this would be the time, because to take them off, and one of them was the size of a little less, probably like a baseball. It was like a little less than the size of a baseball. But he said to remove them and not be able to nick, scratch, or tear your uterus the first time is really high. But now that they've settled on my uterus, they're going to continue to settling on my uterus.
Yeah.
So to have another surgery again to remove them is probably the chances are going to decrease. So if I want to have my own biological children, have the surgery, remove the fibroids, and then try to get pregnant. And so I was like, oh, okay. I left. I got gas on the way home. I'm pumping gas on the way home. I called my mom and I said, so I'm going to try to get pregnant, and I'm going to use an anonymous donor, and we're going to see what happens. She said, because
you're looking around at the gas station like.
No. Actually, I was actually dating someone that lived, because again, I was all over the world. So I was dating someone that lived in Mallorca. So at the time, I know, but I saw him monthly because I was traveling all over, and he would fly wherever. So it was great. But we'd only been dating for like 6 months. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to have his child.
Yeah.
Right. Because then we could, and he was like, she kind of like what do you mean we're not? I'm like, no, because we don't like know each other like that yet. And this is like a lifetime. I'm like, I'm not sure, right? Like if we're going to be going down that road, and then I could be stuck with you and your family, or you could be stuck with me and my family. This is one of those things we got to think about. If we were like talking marriage already, that'd be different. We weren't. We were just having a good time, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not what I want to do. And so, so when I said to my mom, she said, oh, well, I was actually thinking about retiring soon. So, if you were able to, have your kids, I can help you, or have a child, I can help you. And I was like, okay. So that was.
And she just took it like that. Like, okay.
I was like, okay. She said it, and I was like, okay. So now we're going. So that was in October. And then we scheduled the surgery for January. And so, so had the surgery in January. Everything went great, no nicks, scratches, so the uterus was great. And then I went to see a fertility specialist shortly after, and found out that I only had one working tube. So we got another problem.
Oh boy.
So she says, she gives me all my options, right? This is all the things I could do, and blah, blah, blah. And so then we get, you got the blockage. And so she says, we can still try if you like to. And I was like, you know what? I have to try. If it doesn't happen, I'm good. But if I don't try, then I feel like I'm going to be like in that space of what if. And so I don't want to do that. So let's try. So she gave, I had to do the shots, give myself the shots. Funny story. I was at Cirque du Soleil, watching Cirque du Soleil when I had to do the shot to drop your eggs down.
Yeah.
And you have to do it at a certain time, right? It has to be like a certain, like 8 o'clock. I don't remember. It was like a certain time I had to do it. And I was going to be at the show. So I was like, all right, I'll just leave the show and step outside and give myself the shot and come back in. But our seats were like in the middle. So I couldn't get up without disturbing people. So I like scoots down and told the guy to the right of me, I was like, do not bump my arm. So stranger. Don't bump my arm because I got to give myself a shot.
And he's like, is she doing heroin like right now?
I literally pull everything out. I'm like wiping, give myself a shot, put it all back, put it in my purse, and go back to the show. And he's just like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. So awesome.
So gave myself a shot, did all again this stuff, and then she went to harvest the eggs. Would that be the right terminology? So
yeah.
And so she said she'd be happy if we could get 4, but my ass, I'm over the overachiever. I got to get 12. So I got 12 out of there. Don't ask me. Don't know. 4, or so I say 6 matured to where the grade A that they liked. And then when it came time for insemination, 4 were golden. So she said, we can inseminate 2 and freeze the other 2 for the next time. As I said, no, girl, I don't have money like that. This is it, right? This is, unless it's, I said, unless you got a coupon for me, like buy one, get one free, do.
That's right.
This is a one-shot thing. If it doesn't happen, I can adopt. I'm good, but we're not coming back. I'm like, I can't afford to do this whole thing. And people that have done this, it's expensive. I'm like, I can't do this again. For me, this is a one-time thing. So she said, so I was like, can we inseminate all 4? And she was like kind of shocked, and she left the room, and like 20 minutes later came back, and apparently they had like this meeting of the other doctors and the nurses to decide like what if they were going to do that, and the meeting was about me mentally. So she came in, so she said,
is this like crazy, or is she just crazy enough?
Right. They're like, she said, we wanted to, she wanted to get everybody's opinion because they've been working with me for months, but at this point, like 6 months, they all put in there and they're like, yeah, we think that she can handle it. And she was like, can you do it financially? And I was like, yes, if that happens, because I ticked every box, right? I was over 35, using IVF, was a Black woman, and twins ran in my family. So I could have had 8 kids, right? There was chances, girl.
Like you're like, I'm just gonna Brady Bunch this by myself on the first try. Okay.
So yeah, so they inseminated 4 and 2 took, and God gave me twins.
And they are cuties.
They are. So I've been, been doing this. So they're 12. They'll be 13 in November. Um, so it's been a ride. I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, it was. You'll love this because of the topic, but because I was so regular with my cycle, we were able to literally plan it to where I was past my first trimester before the Olympics, because the Summer Olympics was going to be in London. Like, I didn't want to be right super sick during trimester. So it was like down to the day, like we could do this, and then so we mapped it all out because I was super regular. Was able to get past, which didn't really help at all because I was sick the entire 9 months that I was. Yeah, I was nauseously sick. Like, I lost like 17 pounds before I even gained any weight. I didn't even like wear maternity clothes. I went from like a medium to a large, and then maybe an extra large, but I was just sick the whole time. It was bad. I had to do IV treatments for 9 months. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, because the hormones are bad enough with just one kid, but two.
And I think I was putting the hormones already in to get pregnant, and then you got 2 parasites at one time just going.
Yeah, 2 placentas that are like, give me all the things.
All the things. They were taking it all. So it was a rough 9 months, but we survived. So yeah, so I've been raising them by myself. It's been all the things. It's been fun, hard, challenging. It's a boy and a girl, and we're just trying to make it happen.
And they could not be more different. Oh my goodness, their personalities, their physicalities, everything. Oh my God, they're so cute and adorable.
I know, they're awesome, but I'm biased. But yes, I feel very lucky for that type, because I know so many women have gone through the process. I mean, I know, and it's not easy. I mean, I've talked to a lady the other day that's actually thinking to use like donor eggs and even and donor sperm. So it's the whole thing, right? So I mean, I was lucky that I was able to use my eggs, but I know it's not easy, especially now as women, career women, right? It's you have to like choose. I think there's just this thought, one or the other, and I don't think we have to choose. I mean, we already do it all.
Well, and I don't know how you superhero what you're doing, plus single mom of twins. Like, I don't even get that. I just want to take a nap for you. I'll go through the car wash and eat the candy bar for you, Wendy.
I know, girl. It's so crazy. I mean, I think that the thing that the hardest thing for me, I think, is that I never get like a minute. There's not like because it's everything. Like, I do everything. So there isn't someone else will pay the bills, or someone else will take care of the lawn. Someone else is going to do that. It's all those little bitty things, that take time, and then all the big things. And so there isn't that break. So trying to find times where I get those moments to have like a break. I mean, I think that's the thing I try to do. And boy, things are scheduled like.
Oh, I'm sure your calendar is like, don't even fuck with 2 extra minutes. Like, I am tight over here.
It is scheduled. I mean, there's room for, spontaneity and things happen, but it is scheduled. I mean, because it just has to be. There's just too much to do. I mean, they're, especially now in middle school. I mean, and you've been through this, right? They go from little work to now they've got homework, and they're both doing different things.
All the activities.
Right? All the activities you got to get in. After school, you've got to get in the snack, the homework, the activities. You got to make dinner. Then you got to, probably maybe help more homework, bedtime. Like, all, it's just a boom, 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 right? All the things. Yeah. So.
Did you know there's another woman in our group who did the same thing you did? She was dating somebody. The clock was ticking. I don't know what her final decision point was, but she was like, I got to have these kids. And she went to her boyfriend, or whatever he was considered at the time, and she was like, so I got to have these kids. You got to go. And he was like, but what if you have my kids? And she's like, like, kind of the same thing. Like, we're not there. Like, we've known each other a long time, but I'm pretty sure I don't need you in my life for the rest of my life. And he was super pissed and hurt about it.
Yeah.
But she did the right thing for everybody, frankly. And she shopped online for some sperm and got some. And she's got 2 kids. They're like 13 and 10, I want
Yeah.
to say. And yeah, she owns her own business as well. They have like chickens and a dog and a couple cats. And like, I'm like, how the hell do you keep this together at all? Like, never mind just a day. I just don't get it. And she's like, it's bananas. And exactly what you said, like having to run a business, staff, see all of her clients. She's got these 2 kids who are going in different directions all the time. They're also a boy and a girl, very different activities, all this stuff. And then keeping up with the animals and everything. And oh my God, my kid and I went and visited them. I think it's been 3 years now, for just like 3 days. And I just wanted to cry. I was like, how are you even, like, I think I know my life is fucking bonkers. I'm just looking at her going, I don't know how you're doing this. It doesn't make sense.
But that's it. But you know, I think that's the thing, right? I think that's the thing about women. We just do it, whatever the situation. We do. We figure it out.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes it's at our own cost, you know, but we still, we figure it out, and we just make it happen, you know, and it's, I don't know. It's what it is. It's just what it is. I think we just figure it out, and we're just strong, and we do.
And thank goodness we find each other, so that like when shit goes down and we can't actually there are times where we have to throw in the towel and say, I got to get some help over here.
Girl, let me tell you, I've never been one to ask for help. I don't even know if I even, honestly, I don't know if I even know how to even say, okay, I need this and this and this, because I've just always done, right?
You're terrible,
just always done. And I remember I was just actually just needing to vent a situation, because I was just a lot going on. And I'm not really, although my profession is, you know, talk about things, but it ain't what I do, right? I don't do that. I think problem solution. I don't think problem process, right? And so, but I was just putting in the group, I was just needed to, let me just vent what's going on. And the next thing I know, I got 2 women showed up at my house back-to-back weeks and were like, boom, this is what's happening. I was like, oh, this is what it means to have like a community, like a sisterhood. Like I didn't know I needed it. And I didn't put that's what I needed. I was just saying, whoo, things have gotten a little crazy in my life right now. And they showed up, and it's just amazing how we show up for each other, and support each other. And it's not just in that group, but I think as women, we show up for each other, right? And help each other and figure out what the other person needs, and then it gets reciprocated, which I think is just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, you would be one of the people to pack up your whole crazy brood and show up for somebody else. And you would be happy to do that, and it would make you feel good to do that. And so I, like you, am terrible at asking for help, at, you know, throwing in the towel, waving the white flag. I am terrible at it. But the times that I have, oh my God, the outpouring is fantastic. And frankly, I just keep trying to remind myself, I do this for other people.
Yes.
And it helps me to do that. Yeah. And so just like giving to charity, donating things, volunteering your time, all of that enriches your own life and grows your own soul. You got to give other people, especially people you love, a chance to do that, right?
Yep. That's
so it's hard to keep in mind, because like you said, we just get it done.
Yeah.
But when we can't, it's good for our friends and our loved ones to be like, oh my God, I get to help her.
Yeah. It is. It's true. And I didn't think about it that way, but it is. I mean, they were like, oh my gosh, I finally get to help you. And I was like, oh, wait, what? Yes. Yes.
Yes. It's important for us too. Cause yeah, we're crazy busy, but it does something for you, gives you good transmitters, feels yummy, feels juicy. And it strengthens that bond and connection too, which is fantastic. Like
Yes.
there's no downside. None. That is bonkers. Yeah. So what should we talk about? I want to talk about what you do as a consultant. So how do businesses find you and what are their complaints? Like what are they coming to you for?
So how business finding me, I'm still trying to figure that piece out, right? So in the middle, right? Trying to work that out. So because this is all new for me too. I mean, my career as a sports psychologist was all spent working with, I worked at James Madison University. I worked for the United States Olympic Committee and I worked for the Bulls. So I've been into like a team. So going out and doing it on my own has just been different. And so trying to figure those things out, I think the thing that I am seeing is that, one, not that I'm a big plug for LinkedIn, but I didn't use LinkedIn prior to, but I'm like, oh, wait, I got to actually get my ass at LinkedIn. Like, and because I think people see that. But one thing that I think that I've noticed that people they like the names. They love to see, because I worked with the Chicago Bulls, that's like a big thing, right? Which not that it's not, but you know what I'm trying. I'm like, okay, U.S. Olympic Committee is the same thing, right? So seeing that I was able to do that and being able to transfer it into business, and I'm trying to find like, I don't know if it'd be the word mid-sized businesses, right? I'm not looking for big old corporations. I'm looking for mid-sized businesses, and I think trying to put that out there into how they can find me, and then putting more social media out there so they can notice that this is something that I'm out there to do and offer it. Because it's the presentations, the keynote speaking is great, but I think where you really make the difference is those workshops, and then be able to come in and actually, continually working with somebody. And so I offer, like a 4-hour workshop about resilience and about leadership, because that's what we need. Resilience is a big one, right? And really creative about it, and make it really fun, because we can't, girl, no one's trying to sit and listen for an hour or someone being stiff, because I ain't trying to do that. Ain't got time for that, girl. Thank you. I'm like, no, another one. No, I'm gonna need you to pay attention. We're gonna laugh, have a good time. I'm gonna tell you some stories, and we're gonna learn in the process. That's what we're gonna do, right?
Yes,
we are not gonna have 25 PowerPoints with bullet points, and we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna give you a bunch of research. I'm gonna talk in regular language. We're not gonna do psychobabble, right? So I think those are the things I think that are like appealing. And so just getting that out there, and it's just been a start. It's been like, I've been fully engaged, honestly, in probably like the last month. Although I quit working for the Bulls officially in May. I mean, I stopped full time before that, but officially like in May. But I needed time. I didn't realize how much time I needed time to just stop. I didn't realize, just what we're talking about, right? I needed a break. So I took that break for myself. So like in the last month, I've been like engaged and really been working in it, and joined a company, and now part ownership in a company called IEG. Look, I didn't realize I had, there you go. I thought I had on my Bulls hat, but apparently not. I put on my Impact Engine Group. So it's just that. I mean, it's about, we go into a company and we work together in tandem. Dr. Dumbo does the visceral, the piece of it. I do the mental coaching part of it. We bring you together to help you change. And then it's about, we're not there to motivate you. We're there to elevate your performance, because anybody can motivate, but not everybody can elevate performance. And that's what we're trying. That's what we do. And so I think the more I'm able to get it out there, the more I'm able to talk about it. And fortunately, I say fortunately or unfortunately, or should I say unfortunately for me, because I'm just not a social media person, I got to get my ass on social media and get that stuff out there, right? I gotta post. I just don't think to do it. And that's the crazy. I literally don't think to do it. I just go about, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm like, oh wait, I guess I could have posted that. Oh wait, I should have put that out there, because someone said, why didn't you post that? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I didn't think about it. So I got to get better at that.
It is a huge paradigm shift of the way to think. Like, I wasn't even on Instagram or TikTok before this calendar year at all. Like, my kid would send me links to stuff,
Yeah.
and every time I'd have like it wouldn't work, or I'd have to sign up again, or I
Yeah.
wouldn't know what was going on because I
Mhm.
wasn't on it and I didn't have the app. And so the fact that I'm on it like multiple times a week now, I'm like, ugh. It's still a lot, and it definitely leads to the like doom scrolling. Oh, I love this, and sea otters, and like cute guys making cupcakes, and like yeah. So that happens, but it is a huge mental shift.
It
I
is.
feel like, and so you're just not concentrated on that right now, and I don't blame you at all.
No, I know, but I mean, I need to be. I'm just not. I've never been. I mean, if I would scroll, it'd be to look at the pictures of someone's kids or
Yeah.
what they were doing, but I never I hardly read anything. I mean, it was never. But now I got to actually get into that because that's where to get that out there, because I've got lots of connections and relationships in the sports world, but in business, I don't.
Mhm.
And I want to get into more business, and so I think that's what we got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting to have this like massive career shift at this time of life too. I feel like I mean, because I certainly never saw this coming, what I'm doing right now, ever. And like you, I was always on a team. I was an athletic trainer, team. And then I was in the emergency department for 26 years, team.
Yeah.
And so now that I'm out on my own, doing it all on my own, it is freaking bizarre. And I've always had a good appreciation for my teammates, as an athlete, and then the career that we've had, and not having a specific group of teammates. Like I immediately started cobbling together like, oh God, I need some people to bounce stuff off of. Like I can't just be out here by myself. I don't know how people do this alone.
Yeah.
So between my social media manager, thank you so much, Taylin, because holy crap, my game is not even the same with her putting my stuff out. And then the guys that I work with, the Dank Dads, like they're so good at what they do and they're so dedicated. And they just do stuff I either don't know anything about or don't want to know anything about. And it's their jam. Like they're the creative juices behind it. And I'm like, we're going to do what? Oh, okay. Yeah, that is it. You got to have a team. There's no way to not have that around you. So that's great.
Yeah. When you're talking, it's made me think about something. I saw this happening, but didn't know it was going to happen like this. And it was because my professor in my master's program, Dr. Burke, and he loves when I tell the story because he thinks he's so great, which he was. There is. But Dr. Burke told me my second year, he said, sat me down, he said, Wendy, I think you should go into the research part of sports psychology or the teaching part of sports psychology and not, the practical application work with athletes. And I was just like, well, no, I want to do the applied work. And he said, quote unquote, sports psychology is a lily white field, and these white men are not going to let a black woman take their job.
That's some truth.
And I remember thinking days after that, because remember, I wanted to be married with children. I was like, I want to be a mom. So I'm like, I got to have a Dr. in front of my name, which is what drove for me to get the doctorate. And I thought, if I'm going to be the mom that I want to be and be able to call the shots, I need to have this doctorate because at some point I'm going to be able to fall back on it and use it, right? Which is why, literally, and to be more marketable, those are two reasons why I sent for my doctorate work. One, because that was only two. I was like, I'm going to be more marketable, and because I know I want to be a mom and I need to have a Dr. in front of my name. That's why I went to get my doctorate. And then here we are.
Interesting.
25 years later, I quit the Bulls and I'm using the Dr.
And do you feel like your vagina and your pigment drove you out of the job with the Bulls? Or maybe it didn't help.
I don't it definitely didn't help. It definitely didn't help. It 100% hurt. I will say, it's a sport, especially professional sports. I mean, it is a hard life.
Yes.
And it is a space where people are fighting for their jobs based on somebody else's somebody else's successes, right? And so when those things come together, and when you're in it, and when it's always 95% men, and to have a woman come in and say, especially a strong woman, and woman says, this is not what you need to do, you need to do this,
is not well received.
It's not received. It's not at all. I mean, it is not at all. And I mean, I was the only woman the whole time I was there. And there's, and this isn't a bull situation. This is just professional sports. I mean, this is just professional sports where they're, you're not going to get any. What would be I don't walk in with the reputation that I have and not have to prove it on a daily basis because I'm a woman.
Yes.
If the male had the same reputation that I had, he would just be allowed to and he doesn't even have to have the same, he could have less. He could just have been half of what I'd done. I mean,
because he walks in with a penis.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, my career span, I don't know how many people can say, I worked at a university. I worked for the Olympics. I started a company with 6 Navy SEALs. I was a consultant for the NBA before I started working for the Bulls, and started my consulting company and do keynote speaking for Fortune 500 companies. And I still have to prove myself when I go into situations. It's bonkers.
It does not make any sense whatsoever. But
I should just be able to come in just because of you see that, like, oh wait, let's see what she's got to say. What can we do? But that's not the case. It's just
which is amazing, because the only reason I'm here is because you already saw my resume.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
Oh yeah.
You already saw it. That's why I'm here. So let's go. Why are we spending all this time shoring up your belief in me?
That is it. I mean, was the phrase, if I had a nickel or a penny for every time I said, you hired me to do this, but you're not allowing me to do it. You hired me because I can do this, yet I'm not, allow me to do it. I mean, it's so, in the 25 years, I'm just I don't understand. You hired me for this, but yet when I say this, it doesn't, we're not going there. But that's what it is. That's what it is, right? I mean, and it's the, when I get really angry, I will start to cry.
Yes.
And it's seen as a sign of weakness. And I've had to say many times, dude, if you see tears, that's not a good thing. I'm not sad. I'm
trying not to kill you.
That's exactly. I'm literally pissed. What's going through my head is not good. It's not good.
This is rage and homicide.
Yes.
So,
yes. I'm and I always got it. But I've said many times, remember, I'm not the one that is openly talks about what's going on. I don't share all the things. So it comes out as in the emotion. So it is literally, I'm pissed. I'm don't think that that's not a weakness here.
Right.
That's not what it is. And a weakness, another thing too, is because of what I do, there's a lot of observation. I've got to observe the players or coaches. I need to observe. So if I'm not actively engaged or talking, it's also seen a sign of weakness, which she's not. I'm but I have to actually observe. And you know how you observe? You shut your mouth. I don't know if you know that or not. Okay.
What? That doesn't mean you're off in La La Land or thinking about your grocery list or having a vaginal itch. No, I'm doing homework in here.
It's here. I'm actually working. I'm observing means that I'm not talking. I'm listening and I'm seeing. Right?
More people should try that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, when I came out of my fellowship, because we I had already worked with some professional teams as an athletic trainer, and then worked with professional teams and universities in my fellowship. And then when I got out, people were like, who are you going to work with? And I'm like, well, not that. I've had enough, actually. Thank you. Like, as Black women, we have to, as soon as we leave our house, it's microaggression time, right? Like, just dealing with being out in public, running errands, going to appointments, getting shit done is already like little pings all day long. I don't think I need to put myself in the position of having to explain and describe and support and protect myself every time I show up as your fucking physician.
Yep.
I'm already tired even thinking about it.
Yes.
And so I didn't want to deal with that. And there were so many things that happened with the universities and the professional teams that I was like, I cannot see doing this for decades. I don't want to set myself up in a position where I feel bad about myself all the time, and how like my confidence is just going to be in the toilet all the time, just trying to convince people that I'm here because I know what I'm doing. You hired me because you know that I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
I don't need to deal with that every damn day. But then I went into emergency medicine, which is also like, it's becoming quite popular with women now. But at the time I got into it, like there were half a dozen women in my group, and everybody else was men. And like, it was totally male dominated before that. And most of the people that we deal with are trauma and surgeons, almost all men, right? And so like, I'm still surrounded by men, and most of them are white men, and most of them are rich white men. And so frankly, I put myself in the exact same position as I would have been with professional sports. Never like that. But yeah, it was, can you get me a cup of tea and a blanket? And I'm like, well, I have to actually go do CPR on someone and put in a chest tube, but I'll be back when I can.
Girl, I have had a coach back in the days when I was at Olympics. I had a coach come. I think we're in Germany. We're in another country. Come to my room because his shirt has a button missing. He wanted me to sew the button on the shirt. Cari.
Did you allow him to live?
I was like, where's your wife? Because I'm not her. Like I don't really understand.
You showed up with 10 fingers. Do it your damn self.
I sat him down. I'm like, here, let me show you. I'm like, I'll thread the needle for you, but I'm gonna need you, then you can sew the button. I'm like, I'm not doing the button. I'm like,
you're so much nicer than I would have been.
Like, yeah, I mean, I was just like, I'm not sewing your button. Here's the needle. I mean, he had the needle. I'm like, then you can do it. But no, I'm not doing your button. So but just what you're saying. I mean, it's just like, I was the only female there was like 30 of us. I was the only female. So of course I'm the one that's going to sew the button on. Okay.
So you walked past all these other rooms with potentially competent people to find the person without the penis. Like, you might be able to say, I'm so sorry. Like, I was hoping that you knew how to do this, and grovel a little bit, but
how about you call me and ask me how you show up at my door with all the shit to say, can you sew the button? So it was already, I was like, oh, okay.
Not okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I swear, girl, like all my gray hairs are owed to people that I let live who probably didn't deserve it.
Oh my gosh. It's
so amazing.
It is. But it's like, it's where we are, right? It's the life, and it's as it gets crazier and crazier. And I think about, like being a role model to the twins and how to help them navigate some of those things, and learn from it. And like, they're having to do things now that they didn't do before, but I'm like, I'm not raising a child that doesn't know how to do this. Right. So my son is not going to go to anybody's door and say, can you sew on a button? Because you're going to know how to sew on a button. My daughter knows how to mow the lawn. You can mow your own lawn. Like I want to take the things that we've experienced and help them grow and become better people, because this world is just going to hell. So, right.
so quickly.
How can we, but you try in our little corner of the world, like what can we do, right? So trying to figure that out, and then and making the best of it, and trying to make sure I'm taking care of myself and the people that I love, and just going. Some days it's one day at a time. I mean, the saying, right? A minute at a time, an hour at a time.
Yeah.
We just kind of go through it and just kind of figure it out and understand it. I think that's the thing, right? And I say understand it because the understanding is how it affects us, not understanding what's going on. I think I think at times we try to figure out, well, why did he say that, or why did he do that? And I feel like it doesn't even matter. Why am I feeling this way? Why did I take it this way? What's going on with me? Because I can't control whatever he said or whatever that other part. But why did that hurt my feelings?
Yeah, because you can examine their motivation later, right? Like in the moment, you have to figure out like what's going on in here. How did I receive that? How am I supposed to respond to that?
Yeah, because you got to respond to that, and it can't be because of what you're trying to think why he said it, because that's never the right. Excuse me, that's not the right response or what sending you the right direction. It's going to be about you, right? So being able to check in and that self-awareness piece and learn from that and explore that, because that's an everyday, especially being a minority, that's an everyday thing.
Absolutely.
It's an everyday thing.
You had brought up the twins again. And one of the things my friends and I and I think our society in general, there's a concern that the younger generation doesn't have very good resilience. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Like, I think with technology and like generally how society lives really nicely these days, and we have all sorts of choice. It's not like, can I have cereal? It's which of these 112 boxes would you like, right? Yes. And America's great for that. Oh my God, so many choices, so many options, so much abundance and plenitude, right? That maybe it's making our kids kind of soft. Like, I am very concerned about my kid's resilience. He just went off to college. And he has been terrible at advocating for himself, at letting people know that he doesn't understand something, that he missed this one thing, that, there are some facts that he's not up to speed on. And I think a lot of kids are like that. He's getting a little bit better, but I mean, there was a point when he switched schools. Well, everybody did. It was middle school, but he didn't go to like the school that all of his buddies went to, which he was not happy about. And he still holds over my head, and COVID happened. And so it doesn't even fucking matter because you were at home anyway. So shut up. But anyways, so midway through, probably 2/3 of the way through that semester, we get notification that he has C's and D's in all of his classes. And I'm like, what is happening? And so, first of all, he knew it, and he knew that we were going to find out, and still didn't say anything. What is that about? Like, you should probably give your parents a heads up. Hey, this thing is going to happen. But he didn't, and he just did that his senior year of high school too, so he didn't learn anything about that. But then, so we get down to it, and he's like, I don't know how to sign into Teams.
Oh. And
I said, what is Teams? And he's like, that's how we get our homework. I'm like, so you don't know how to get any of your assignments at all? He's like, right. I'm like, why don't you know how to sign into that? He's like, they never gave me a password. I'm like, it's October, asshole. Like, what's been going on? So you just never told anybody? And he's like, I didn't want them to think I was stupid. And I'm like, well, now you have C's and D's, and so you've proven to everyone that you're stupid. Oh my God, why? Why is this? And I said, you're not the only kid in there who didn't get a password. You're not the only kid in there that didn't already go to this school and who was on Teams. You're not the only new person. This is ridiculous. And he just couldn't even think past the embarrassment of having to tell someone.
Yep.
And I was like, you're not taking your car to the pizza shop. Like, you're at school. That's what they're there for.
Right.
You
That's it.
didn't call the wrong number. You didn't show up at the wrong place. You're in the right place. But now that he's on his own at college, I just wonder, like, how my support and like teaching and education, and you got to be able to do this for yourself. I'm very concerned that his self-advocacy and resilience and sense of confidence is not there. And I feel like, you know, Gen Xers, we were by ourselves. We had to do everything. We had plenty of confidence and self-advocacy because nobody else was doing anything. But do you find that, I mean, you don't coach and you don't psychotherapize kids, but you have them and you're around them a lot. Do you feel like that's also something that's happening in your world?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I think it is. I think I've seen it. I think it's getting better, should I say?
Okay.
Because, you know, the helicopter parents were, when I was at JMU and talk about, I mean, kids didn't know how to handle any distress. So you couldn't even be resilient because the stress wasn't even like anything you knew, right? So that was just so bad. And so I think that it's getting a little bit better being able to handle the stress, but then we're missing that part that you're talking about. Is it now what do you do? Right? So now you can handle that, which is maybe you just don't tell anybody, or you're just like, oh, it'll be okay. But you can't think, now what do I do? How do I bounce back from that? Right? So, but yeah, I mean, I see it. I mean, I see it with my kids, you know, and I see it even like with their friends. And so trying to help them advocate for themselves and speak up. And I will, you know, my daughter, she's been running the house since she was born. So yeah. She's been the boss, and she has learned to do that. So I helped her advocate for herself. So she's been in situations where she's like, no, it's this, right? And I'm like, yes, you've got to continue to do that. And my son doesn't do that so much, and so trying to help him as well. But again, I think we're teaching them how to handle the stress, but we got to get that next piece. As in, what do you do now? You didn't get the grade you wanted. You're not getting your homework. You know, you're not understanding what's going on in class, and you like, you know, suck it up, or you're like, it's fine, I'll figure it out tomorrow. And you go about your day and have lunch with your friends and go practice or whatever. But we gotta get the next piece. Now what do you do? How do you bounce back from that? And that's what I think is the missing part, is how to bounce back, right? So we have to teach them like the process in that. And what do you do? And how it feels. I think that's is the thing too, is that we got to teach them how it feels, right? You know, I will say that, I mean, my son, and when it comes to math, he's great. He didn't want to have to do it, which I think it's every, you know, preteen, whatever kid, boy, they want to do it. So, you know, you get a grade and I'm like, wait, do you have that? And he's cool, you know, but then we talk about what to do next. And then we talk about how it feels like, you know, so he came home and was like, all hyped because he got the next grade was like this great grade. And he was like, this is great. You know, so we talked about, this is how this feels.
Yeah.
Right. When you have something that is hard and then you work to change it, and then you do, remember this feeling, because that's what you want. You want to be able to have this. So I think we got to teach them that and connect it with that emotion of how it feels, because then that's empowering, and that's where the confidence comes in, right? So now they're confident that they can do it. They can have the conversation. They can study a little bit more. They can read this. They can do whatever, because the feeling is so great, and they're confident that they can do it, right? And not so much looking for the outcome, but it's just the process. And that's what I want them to learn. I think that's what we're missing. We think we get to the outcome, and the process is where we're talking about, you're talking about, is where it becomes sustainable. When you learn the process, how to do it, because then you're able to do it in other situations, right? And again, it's about being confident and holding that piece that you can do it. You can have the conversation. You can do the extra thing. You can read another book, whatever the case may be. I think that's the piece when they're younger is connecting with that emotion and building that confidence. And that's the process.
I see, though, like that's really interesting, that perspective that the carrot isn't necessarily the outcome. It's the emotion or the feeling of like, ooh, I just had that win and I have goosebumps and I have a big smile on my face and I did that for me. Yeah, that seems like a way better, gold star to have than I made this thing happen, and stopping there. But yeah,
it is.
I like that thinking.
It's the building. I talk about it about everything I do professionally, but it's also the same with kids, right? It's self-efficacy, right? And so it's the self-efficacy is the belief in your ability to accomplish a single task. And that's what we're doing. We're giving you the belief that you can accomplish the conversation with your teacher. It's just one task. I don't need the conversation to go great. I just need you to go have the conversation. That's the task, right?
Yeah.
The other task is that you say you're able to talk about how you feel. That's another piece of self-efficacy, right? So it's your belief in your ability to accomplish a single task. And that is connected to the emotion. And that's where the confidence comes in.
Because it's true, like most things, the learning curve is so steep that it looks like a wall, right? Like you can't even possibly see that on the other side of that, things are easier and smoother. It's like, I got to learn this, but then, the pain and the stress and the negativity and all of that stuff goes down so sharply. And I sure as hell am learning that this year, like all of the new lessons and technological stuff. And like, even this recording, what we're doing right now, like 6 months ago, I would have had zero clue. And, even just getting started, I'm like, I can't see past that. I don't know anything about this. I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't want to learn this. And then it was like, oh, well, once I did, like, oh, there's hiccups. Like, this new microphone wasn't working today. So you're like, I can't hear you. I'm like, okay, well, that's not working. But like before that would have been devastating. And now it's like, okay, I know how to fix that. But I think, like the kids need the reps, right? They need the numbers so that they have the experiences to say like, oh, there was this one time I felt like I couldn't do this, or like I let it go for so long that it was just awful and devastating. But then there were a few times where like, oh, things worked better. Oh, I felt really good when I finally just went and asked about that. My kid, like he's in engineering and his math foundation sucks. I'm like, ooh, I don't know how we're gonna do this because engineering is math. And he did terrible his last semester in high school. Absolutely fucking awful. And it only proved to me that his foundation of math was really shaky. I was like, I don't even know how you're gonna get started with this. And the university is super great. They have a resources lab where, especially with math, there's just people there all freaking day. And you can just go there and do your homework. And then if you've got a question, you can be like, hey, dude, can you come over here and help me with this? And so I told him, I was like, you should just be in there day one.
And living. I'm going to need you
live in there. Like, just make that your habit. They will all get to know you. And then when you start getting friction and you don't know what you're doing, they already know. You can be like, oh, that kid's been in here. Like,
girl, it's like, cheers, you're here again. That's it.
Yes. Be norm.
Girl.
Be norm. And I know that's not what he's doing because he's calling me playing drinking games and sucking me into his truth or dare business.
Stop.
So I know that's not. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He called me the other night at like 9:45 and says, hey, I'm thinking about quitting my job and making extra money by selling pictures of my knees online.
Cari.
Yeah. That's what you want to hear from your freshman. What? And I said, have you taken a good look at your knees? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I'm not sure those are marketable. You have some really beautiful things about you. Your knees are not not maybe in the top 10 list. And he's like, some people really like scarred up knees. And I said, do they like hairy scarred up knees? And he's like, there's people who will pay for this. And so I was like, I need to switch tactics because he's nuts. And I said, my biggest concern is that you're going to attach your like checking account or credit card information to something that might be super sketchy because he has been scammed. I have been scammed. My mom has been scammed twice now. Like, let's protect your identity and your your financial information. And I said, so even if there is a market, I really don't want you to put your financial information anywhere. And then he starts cracking up. And I hear like 4 other people cracking up. And I was like, really? And he goes, you just saved me a shot. And they're like, oh my God, Mama, that's so great. You better get your ass to the resource center and do your math homework. What are we doing right now?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, actually, what they started cracking up about was he said, there is a market for this. So some people think I have beautiful knees. And I said, I think it's really lovely that you're hanging out with the visually impaired these days. And that's when his friends started laughing. Because I was like, you do not have nice knees. Like, you gorgeous smile, nice little bot, like your knees? What are we? That's probably just a bottle of tequila.
Girl.
Yeah, I don't even want to know.
No.
Get your scrawny knees, hairy knees to the resource center and do your calculus homework, sir, right now.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I think I really like the idea of the focus being on the positive energy and and your own like, I did it.
Yes.
So that they do it again and they do it again. And then they've got the reps. And then it, hopefully, I don't necessarily know that it becomes muscle memory because it's hard for all of us. But at least then you're like, I've done this dozens of times. I'm doing it again.
See, and here's the thing, as a parent, when they come back to you, now you got some facts, because when they come back to you that I can't do, it's all emotion. But now you can say, remember in 7th grade when you did this grade and then you did this? Now you got some facts. So that can help them because they're just straight emotion. I can't do it. It's so hard. When you give them the facts, because you're able, and then they can remember that feeling because when you're bringing in the facts, there you go. And you're able to connect, and then you can help them. Just so you're saying, it may not, the muscle memory is probably not going to be there because they're life, right? And they're young. But you've got the memory, and so you can bring in the facts and that's, and I tell athletes all the time, like, you can dispute everything but facts. So these are the facts.
Well, and we're doing that with politics a lot right now too.
Like, and you can dispute whatever, but this is what you did. And that's where we are, right? So
yeah, this is on paper. These are the numbers.
These are the numbers. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
I like it. Hard science. Because emotions are hard. Emotions are like, we don't all react the same way. Yep. We don't experience them the same way. So that's too mushy. Like, you can't put a pin in that.
You can't. And you can't talk anybody through it. It's too hard. I mean, when I'm working with athletes and they're all in their emotions or feelings. So I don't tell them not to be. I'm with you. And then I go to facts. Because I'm like, tell me that this is a fact, right? Because those emotions can take you in a whole nother path. And so I don't want to hear, this is how I feel. When you're playing and when you're doing, it's not how you feel. This is what I did.
Yes.
Right? My opportunity to do this. That's the thing, that's the words we want to have. Not that I feel this. It can help you later, but in the moment, I feel doesn't help you in the moment when you've got a task to do. It needs to be facts.
Yeah. One of our mutual friends that's in that parents group, her kid is an amazing athlete. Like, that kid, before he even started to walk, I was like, there's something wrong with him in the right way. Like, he is incredibly physically gifted. He also didn't talk until he was about 3 because he was busy doing things with his body. So
Girl.
he's that guy. And he is now playing college football, actually. So, but there was a time when we were screaming from the sidelines, short memory, because just like you said, it was just fire, and he was angry. He was angry at someone else. He was angry at himself. He was like, and he just, once that happened, he could not function, right? Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a total disaster. And he's just expending energy, not being productive, essentially. And so they got into this thing where they / whoever was in the know would be like, short memory. And he'd kind of look over and we're like, short memory, right? Like, you know what you're doing. That's your long memory. You know what the play is. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You had something happen this much. It's got to go. Yeah. Go back to your long memory. Who cares about what your emotions are? You can be pissed as you want to. You can throw a tantrum, but you have got to do that when you come off the field or the court. Right now. No. And I feel like that's probably a good way to deal with, like, kids in grades, women in their professional lives going, what the fuck did you just say to me? And going back to the long memory, I know what my resume is. I know what I've done. I know what my successes and my resources and experience. I know all of that stuff I bring. The fact that you just asked me for a blanket, I'm gonna have to let that go so I can help your dumb ass when I come to see you in 2 minutes and introduce myself as Dr. Krogan. And they're like, oh, we didn't know. Of course you didn't know, but you don't go around treating people like that. What's wrong with you? Oh, girl, let me tell you, I had to be at the twin school last year. I had to have the conversation of, you can't, I'm no longer Wendy. It's Dr. Ballaby, because we've crossed that line. You've crossed that line. We're not, you can't call me Wendy. Ooh, Dr. Ballaby, because, right? The way that you're speaking to me is not okay. Yeah. It's not okay. And because you think that you can. Just that's it. So we're good. We're done. Right. So it's not, but I agree with you. It's the long-term memory, knowing who we are and what we've done, and what they may say has nothing. It's not about us. It's about them. Right. It's about them, because we have to hold on to who we are and remember who we are. I think that's we got to remember what you've done and what you're doing. And I think for women, it's not just what you've done in the workforce, girl. It's everything you do at home too. Yeah, it's all the things that it's taking care of those kids, taking care of your parents, taking care of your siblings, taking care of your the meal prep, the organization. All right, you're getting chores done. I'm like you're refereeing, right? It is right. You're doing all of those things. You're doing. Remember all of that, not just work, not just. That's right. And it's never, if you put the whole picture together, it doesn't even make sense what we accomplish in one day. It doesn't. And so if you need to go through the car wash to eat your candy bar so that your asshole little kid doesn't get any, girl, that's what you need to do. There are people like hiding in the bathroom with the dog and the cat, like everybody in there, and shut the door so they can have a cookie. Heck yeah. That's what you got to do. Yeah, that's what you've got to do, because this is insane what is on our plates right now. Like, the platters aren't big enough. It's overflowing. It's making a mess. We're gonna have to clean up later anyways. That's it. Clean up later anyways. The whole thing. Dr. Ballaby, Wendy, my friend, I love you, girl, so much. This was a blast. Too. This was so fun. We're going to do some more of this. Let's do it. This was good. All right. All right, for fuck's sake, that's it for today, but you'll be seeing more of her.